Hi everyone, a new event is coming soon to World of Warships. For the first time, we will introduce an operation based on a real episode from World War II, the evacuation of British troops from Dunkirk. Join us to learn how the team worked on the new operation, what its peculiarities are, and which unique solutions were applied during its development. At the end of May 1940, German armed forces surrounded Allied positions in the port and beaches of Dunkirk. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, the British government ordered the evacuation of troops. This event went down in the history of World War II under the name Operation Dynamo.
Our historical mission is based on the events that took place there. Our task was to combine historical data and our game to make something truly special, something that would push the boundaries of conventional gameplay in World of Warships.
My work began when, together with our historical consultants, we studied all the details of this operation in an effort to understand fully what happened there.
By late May, it was obvious that an evacuation was necessary. The British government mobilized literally everything that could sail. Military ships, merchant fleet, they even asked private ship owners for help. They took literally every vessel in England, down to the last luxury yacht. In total, around 1,000 ships. The prospects were extremely gloomy. According to the most optimistic estimation, the British hoped to evacuate 40,000 to 50,000 troops in 2 days. But suddenly, the German tanks halted their advance, and these several days of delay allowed the British to perform the miracle of Dunkirk.
The situation was dire. The troops boarded the ships as they arrived from England, including the large number of civil vessels that came to help. But to get back to Britain, they had to face other dangers.
Often, ships had to load troops directly from the beaches while under attack from German aviation. If they escaped the bombs, they had to cross minefields and navigate around sandbanks, which prevented them from sailing at full speed. Then, there were torpedo boats and airstrikes again.
From these fragments of historical data, we tried to assemble an operation that would recreate the conditions of that evacuation.
The team has produced a large volume of historically accurate content, specifically for this operation.
We drew up a list of things we needed to do. It included about 20 large and small ships. Apart from the ships, we also made 6 new aircraft, about 15 different vehicles, and a very large number of buildings, houses, and structures.
The new mission required hard work in all areas and included a multitude of production stages. However, it all began with the main thing: recreation of historical locations.
We received the task to assemble the Dunkirk map. We needed to recreate it accurately, according to historical references, and it turned out we had a whole lot of them. A large number of recognizable landmarks survived and exist to this day, and we managed to place them on the map. For example, Milo Terminus Casino and the City Hall, or you can see many lighthouses. Then we needed to destroy the city. not to the ground, but to apply considerable damage to it to reflect the things that had happened there. Of course, we didn't want to do this, but it was required, and the result looks quite epic. To make the effect stronger, we had to add atmospheric conditions, change the weather and lighting. We've added many visual effects such as fire and smoke. We've even recreated a makeshift jetty made of abandoned vehicles.
Unlike the first 4 operations, where each designer worked on one mission and was in full control of the development process, we decided that this project requires the effort of several people due to the very tight time frame before release.
We're working on a unique task that we haven't had previously in our game, either in PvE or in PvP, saving people. Unfortunately, or fortunately, we don't show people on our ships, or anywhere else for that matter. That's why we've had to be creative and crafty to invent a mechanism to display people. We've designed special areas in which you need to rescue drowning men because it happened many times. Ships picked up personnel from sinking vessels. The evacuation was very intense. Every ship was packed with people, like a bus during rush hour. They literally stood on the deck in one big crowd, all those people. And not only on the deck, every ship was loaded as tightly as possible, because the mission was to evacuate as many as possible.
Unlike normal missions, where the balance is ensured by the number of same-type ships on the opposing teams, in the new operation, players will use only destroyers to protect Allied transports and fight against torpedo boats, aircraft, and coastal batteries.
One of the additional objectives, alongside the main one, is linked to transporting a certain number of people to safety, while other additional tasks are related to the interaction with enemy aircraft, enemy torpedo boats, and to saving a certain number of transports.
The logic for the torpedo boat attacks is based on the algorithm for the selection of an optimal target, tracking its course, launching torpedoes, and falling back for reload to continue attacking the remaining ships from the convoy.
To complete the additional objective of destroying torpedo boats, players will need to sink at least 10 of them. For every additional objective completed, players will receive 1 star. The ultimate goal is to complete the main mission and score 5 stars.
The specifics of aircraft in this mission lie in the fact that they are unique. We didn't have these aircraft, either in PvP or in PvE. They were created especially for this operation. They might be used again in the future, too. We've recreated Hurricanes, Spitfires, and many others, including some German planes. There is an additional feature. To achieve the maximum visual appeal, we've shifted them to a very low altitude. Now you'll be able to see aircraft literally sweep over the deck.
Players will have the opportunity to use special event ships for this mission. They are Anthony and Cyclone. Apart from them, players will be able to purchase a special premium ship, the British Tier 6 destroyer Gallant.
The duration and scale of the Dunkirk operation imposed certain constraints on possible routes and some other game conditions.
The British made a very wise decision. They decided to save people and abandon all the heavy equipment. If you have developed industry, you can build cannons, tanks, and aircraft quite quickly. However, it takes years to create an experienced and battle-proven army. The evacuation was carried out in unbelievably hard conditions. In 9 days, the British managed to rescue 338,000 personnel from Dunkirk. It was a miracle, and this miracle filled the hearts of the French, British, and all who fought against Germany with the hope of victory.
We hope that players will enjoy our mission as much as we enjoyed creating it. And we hope that they will be able to feel the atmosphere in which this evacuation was carried out.
The Dunkirk mission, based on Operation Dynamo, is a very important step for our game. In fact, it's our first real historical mission, and I believe that it will be successful.
Take your place at the heart of history. Operation Dunkirk in World of Warships. The troops are waiting for your ship on the beach, Captain.